Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Aquaponics World. So, to me it kind of looks like this plant is not doing too well. I think it definitely needs some more nutrients. As far as the fish tanks are concerned, I may be overfeeding them, not too sure. But today we are going to be doing our weekly cleaning, and I will show you more of that on the next video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I got my 5-gallon tote here, my empty 5-gallon tote. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take an empty water jug, and I'm going to take some of this water out of here and put it into this empty 5-gallon tote. And that's the first step to cleaning the fish tank. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to unplug this pump. And I'm going to take that off of the side here. It's got a little clip that holds it on the side. I'm going to take that off of there. And go ahead and put that into this bucket here. I'm going to take this out right here. Take this out and just kind of wipe it off in this water here. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is take this net, and I am going to scoop up some of this food from the bottom of the fish tank. And I'm going to rinse it out in this water from the fish tank. And I'm going to keep doing that until I get all this food out of here. Now that I've gotten most of the food off the bottom of the fish tank, I'm just going to take this empty gallon jug of empty water jug, and I'm going to take out as much water as I can and still leave the fish in there. And I'm going to dump that into my tote. This is all the food that I've gotten out of the fish tank so far. And hopefully this will take out some of the last little bits of food that are floating around in the water. So I'm just going to keep doing that until I basically empty out this fish tank, but leave just enough water in there for the fish to swim around at the bottom. I'm also going to be washing off the glass with my hand, just kind of scrubbing off the sides and the bottom, getting any kind of sliminess off the glass. And stirring up some of the food so that when I remove the water, it will come out with the rest of the water. Alright, I am going to be taking enough of this water out of here and putting it into this tote so that I can take this plant out of the tote that it's in and put it in this tote so that it can get a new batch of nitrogen or ammonia to feed it. Okay, so I've put some water from the fish tank into this tote, and I'm just going to take this plant out of this tote and set it into this tote. Alright, so today we're going to go back to trying to save this plant. I mean, it looks pretty good in some areas, but some areas are looking really bad. I haven't been adding any fertilizer to it. So I guess we're just gonna go back to the original hydroponic system. Eventually I will get this all figured out, but I'm just gonna start off with these. So the instructions on these are pretty much based on where your growing cycle's at and how big your plant is. But you can see that it kind of says, like, for this area, you're gonna put one of these, one of these, and one of these. You just follow the instructions and add some nutrients to your plants. So I'm gonna be going with the directions for the general purpose mild vegetation, which is 1 teaspoon per gallon. And I would say there's about 3 gallons of water in here. So I'm gonna be putting 3 of these teaspoons of each one of these into the water. And we'll see if that doesn't help it out. May not be able to save this plant. We may have to start over fresh with a new plant, but we'll see. It's all a test, just trying to see if I can grow with less soil. So as you can see, I've gotten all of the food off the bottom. And now it's time to add some clean water to the fish tank. Right now I'm just adding some water from the tap into these 5-gallon totes so that I can add my dechlorinator. I use this water conditioner right here. Just use 2.5 milliliters per 5-gallon tote. And then I'm going to be adding that back into this fish tank. I've got my 5-gallon tote full of some tap water. This is nice lukewarm tap water. It's actually about 78 degrees, which is the temperature that I keep the house at. Keep my air conditioner and my heater on. You know, if it's cold outside, the heater's on. If it's hot outside, the air conditioner's on. I keep it 78 inside the house, so the water stays about 78. The fish like it about 78 degrees, so I don't need a chiller or a water heater or anything, but when I add new water, I want to make sure that it's the same temperature. So this is 78 degrees, and I've shaken this up, and I'm just going to add 2.5 milliliters of water conditioner to the water. It's 2.5 milliliters per 5 gallons. This is a 5-gallon tote. So we're just going to pour that in there. And then I'm going to add this water to the fish tank. I put the 5 gallons of tap water in here. It's lukewarm. I've added this, shook it up, put 2.5 milliliters in there. I waited the 5 minutes that it says to wait for it, so to get rid of the chlorine, and now I'm just going to use this to fill the water back up into the fish tank. And just like that, I'm going to put clean water back in there. Got everything all cleaned up and got all the food off the bottom. Took all the dirty water out and replaced it with clean water. Fish seem pretty happy. See you guys in the next episode.